Hi everybody, Shelly here. Recently I was organizing some cosmetics and sorting and putting things away, and I realized I have a lot of Too Faced products. I've never done a face full of Too Faced before. It's not really something I'd ever sat down and done a whole face of this particular brand. I have done 3 looks with this one palette. This is the Too Faced Palm Springs Dream. This came in, I think, a BoxyCharm a few months back, so I'll try to remember to link the video for that. But I do have another palette. This is the Sparkling Pineapple palette, and I've never actually used it before, so we'll have to see how that goes. This palette itself, I can't tell if it has a little bit of scent to it or not. It seems like some of the Too Faced ones do. Anyway, this is largely neutral and with one kind of really pretty gold, kind of a coppery shade here, and then one kind of a green one. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try a look with these, and since we're just doing a whole face of Too Faced makeup, I thought I'm only gonna do one look. I have 2 different primers. One of them is a replenishing one of them is a poreless primer. I think I'm gonna use both of them. I'm gonna go in with the hydrating one first. I've got 2 pumps, but I don't think it's 2 full pumps. You know, the scent's a little bit like Play-Doh. Seems like it's soaked in pretty well. Maybe a little tiny bit tacky, but not too bad. And then we're gonna do the primed and poreless just on my T-zone because frankly, that's where I get the most texture. So we'll see how this goes. And I don't know if this is one of those where it's better if you pat it on like the Benefit one. I'm gonna try just a little bit kind of in my T-zone, and then let's see if it just sort of glides in a little bit here. Okay, you know what? I like the texture of this. I think some primers, poreless primers, actually do better when you sort of press it into your skin. We'll see if this is one of those. I don't know that I've used this primer before. I was in my drawer and I was like, I don't really know anything about it. I don't remember. I do have a Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation. This is in the color Porcelain. I'm just gonna put some on with a beauty blender. I've got 1 pump on here right now. And let's just see what that looks like. Okay, I love the smell of this. Normally I'm not like down for scented stuff, but this is infused with juicy watermelon. All right. It actually smells really refreshing. Doesn't Elf have like a line of watermelon infused skincare products? Like, I know they do, but I've never actually tried them. Have you guys tried any of them? I know like Glow Recipe has some stuff too. I'm actually kind of collecting some Glow Recipe things that have come in through subscriptions and whatever else that I'm actually gonna probably try to do like a whole regimen of just Glow Recipe stuff. Okay, and so that was 1 pump, and I'm putting a 2nd pump over here. Okay, it says full coverage. I'm not necessarily feeling full coverage, but I do look really washed out again. Gosh, I hope I'm not overexposing my face again. Okay, I have another pump. I'm gonna do the top of my face and maybe just sort of go over some of the places that I've already applied. I don't know if this is one of those. Usually when I say full coverage, I immediately reach for a damp beauty blender just because I feel like I almost want to shear it out just a little bit if it's full coverage, because I don't want to look like I've got a mask on, right? But I'm wondering if this isn't one of those that would apply better with a brush. All right, you guys, that is not at all full coverage, and I used 3 pumps with this damn beauty blender. We'll put color in, so I'm not horribly concerned about that. I am thinking that I need to put a little concealer on it, and I do have some Too Faced. This is a Born This Way. This is in the shade Cool Medium. So normally I don't go too heavy under my eyes, but I think in this time I might go a little bit more than I usually do. And then we'll just use that beauty blender to blend it out as well. All right, I don't want to go too crazy with the concealer. My husband just walked in. If you'd be really nice, you'd bring me that glass of wine you're sucking on and I'd have a sip of it. All right, we're gonna have to see how this foundation sets on the skin and oxidizes and dries down a little bit. And in the meantime, I'm going to kind of warm up my complexion a little bit. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold Soleil Bronzer that just came in the recent BoxyCharm. See if I can't get a little bit more. Oh, see, that already looks so much better. I've been really liking this, and this is kind of, that smells good too. Kind of one of the reasons why I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try a full face of it. The Too Faced products aren't ones that I normally reach for. and I don't know why. I remember when I got this particular, when I got the Do Me foundation, I was thinking I liked it. So we're gonna have to see if I really do, or if it was just in that moment that it seemed like it was a good thing. Okay, I'm gonna go back over it to kind of diffuse it just a little bit. I do really like that bronzer. This so far is my favorite product that I've used on my face of all the Too Faced stuff right now. And I don't have a Too Faced blush. I thought I did, and I don't know where it went to, so I'm just gonna go over a little bit of the Hourglass just to bring a little bit more rosiness. This Hourglass blush I have really been enjoying. And my first swatch on it was not the most flattering. Okay, what else do I have here? I do have a brand new sketch marker. I'm not normally a liquid eyeliner fan. I thought I had a Better Than Sex mascara, and I couldn't find it, so I did grab what is purportedly a dupe, and this is the Voluminous Lash Paradise L'Oreal. I have a couple of these melted lips, but one of them is in my car. What do we have on here? Morphe Sweet Tea, just a little lip liner. This is the Melted Matte Alec. The shade is Faking It. Not something I would normally do. Fake it. We're gonna go into the palette, and I don't know really much about this palette. I have the Palm Springs Dream palette, and I was thinking, wow, that's really fun. It was really pretty. I saw it and I'm like, okay, you know what? It looks like it's in good shape. Doesn't look like it's been opened. We're gonna go ahead and give it a try. And then I'd forgot about it. So when I was going through my stuff and I realized that I had almost a full face of Too Faced products, I thought, you know what, now's a good time to try this. I have played around a little bit with this duochrome, and my impression of it is it makes a much better topper than it does as a standalone eyeshadow. So I'm gonna first go in with this lightest shade here, which is called Pineapple Cooler, and I'm just gonna use that to kind of set down my whole eyelid. I don't have any primer on. It's just like whatever residual foundation was on my sponge, and this color doesn't really give me much by way of shade or anything like that. It's just really kind of a powder that I would use to either buff out a harsh line or, like I'm doing right now, set down any moisture that's currently on my eyelid. All right, once I've got that on there, I'm gonna use this sort of kind of milk chocolatey color here, Island Queen. And we're gonna use that just on a smaller brush, just in my crease and just slightly above. Let's start with the crease. And that's the majority of the color is right above where my natural crease is. And I'm gonna shear that out as well. And I'm gonna go in right at the top of that socket too. Okay, I'm gonna take that brush that I used with the first kind of vanilla color, and I'm just gonna use it to kind of buff out that top edge. I wanna shear it out so it's not such a harsh color, that kind of crease transition color. I feel like these eyeshadows do blend pretty well. They do sheer out pretty well. And what I've found with some of the darker mattes, which is a pleasant surprise, is they really don't get very patchy. So you guys are gonna have to tell me, like, what's your experience with Too Faced? Do you feel like the brand is too young for ladies of a certain age? Like the overall aesthetic of it seems like it might be for a little bit younger set. And if that's the case, you know, do you use it anyway? Or do you feel like, okay, that audience is not for me? Really want to use this sort of coppery gold color in here, and it is called Sparkling Pineapple. Oh my gosh, that's a really pretty color. So I'm keeping it on pretty much the inner half, maybe inner 2/3 of my lid, but I'm gonna buff out that outer edge too. I like that Sparkling Pineapple so much more than the duochrome. Another smaller brush, this is actually, I think, probably an e.l.f. Yeah, this is an e.l.f. Eye crease brush, but I'm gonna use it in the darkest brown in here called Coconut Sugar in the outer portion of my eye. And as I normally do, I pack the majority of the color against my lash line, and then without picking up any more product, I'm bringing it up into kind of that V, because that's what gives me my eye the shape that I want. And it seems to be blending in pretty well with these other colors. I'm gonna go back into this shade right here, the Island Queen, and go back over just that seam where I've got those two together. And yes, this has ended up being a lot more smoky than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. We're playing with color. Okay, I'm actually taking just the tiniest bit of that lighter brown again and just going out over the top of that edge because I kind of wanted to warm it up, but I also want it to show through a little bit. Once I've got the color on there, I'm going to buff it back out again with the Pineapple Cooler shade, and that'll sheer it out quite a bit too, as well as diffuse that harsh edge. When I do a lot of neutrals, it's never really about the color so much as about the shape and trying to get less of a heavy hood and more of a little bit more of an almond shape. And I feel like with this eye, I'm starting to get this kind of droopy look here. You know, initially I wasn't in love with that Pineapple Cooler, the lightest sort of matte shade, but when I use it to help sheer out other colors, I really like it. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of the darkest brown in here and kind of bring out this line just a little bit. Yeah, I feel like that helped my hooded eye situation a little. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the liquid liner and let's see how this works. Now again, I am no liquid eyeliner queen. Wait, okay, so this is is it brown? I guess I got brown. Oh, I guess that's good. And it's almost like a felt tip liner. So let's see how this works. Alright, it went in okay. It feel like it was really light on my eyelids. Now I need to do under eyes. I think I'm going to use the lighter brown, and then I also want to do a little bit of the duochrome on here too. And we're just gonna smudge some of this. Try to keep it out of my contacts as much as possible. Okay, that's a warm color and I like it. And I think I want to use some of that duochrome down there too. I think I'm gonna wet this brush with a little setting spray first. So I've got a damp, sort of angled, firmer brush. And I'm trying to pick up some of the product. And we're going to keep it right in the center, I think. More so than on the outside. I feel like this particular duochrome in the pan, it goes from purple to green, or green to purple. I don't know how you want to look at it. And I feel like on my eyes, I don't see any of the purple at all. But I think my lips are a little dark for the rest of this look. Obviously, I still need mascara. Do some mascara and then we'll try to fix the lip situation so it's not quite so dark. I'm guessing I've had this Lash Paradise mascara for a while because it seems like it's pretty darn thick. All right, I went in with a little bit of that duochrome to kind of waterline a little bit and touched up the outer side, and overall situation, I feel like this lipstick is a little harsh still. So I'm gonna take, okay, this is a NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Tokyo. I wanted to brighten this up a little bit here. And now I need a little gloss. So I'm gonna use the Wayne Goss lip gloss again. That's a better combination than I think the Too Faced one was. Assessing the situation here. It's not horrible. Do I have a setting powder? I don't have a setting powder. So I've got a Laura Mercier setting powder in here. Finishing powder, I guess. All right, you guys, I feel like I'm pretty much done with my full face Too Faced stuff. Don't look quite a bit different than no makeup at all. Okay, I'm gonna use, this is the Hangover 3-to-1. This is it's like a priming and a setting spray, but I'm gonna use it as a setting spray. I do like the spray on this, it's pretty fine. Doesn't have a horrible scent to it. As I look in the viewfinder, it does feel like I have a lot of makeup on right now. Take this down here again. All right, you guys, I feel like the overall makeup look is okay. Like, I'm not horribly upset with how I look. Let me kind of talk to you guys a little bit about some of the products that I used today, sort of my thoughts on them. The Sketch marker I did okay. I didn't make a huge mess out of it, which was a nice change. It's not a liquidy, runny eyeliner that some of the liquid eyeliners are. I actually didn't mind this at all. I'll use that again. Although the shade was lighter than I thought it was going to be, it still worked, and I think I was able to kind of get it in there with my eyelashes and not have it be too horrible. The palette was fine. I love a grungy green eyeshadow, and the duochrome in here didn't give me quite the green that I was hoping for, but I think it makes an okay topper, and I do like the way, you know, I sort of incorporated it in my lower lash line. So I'm not upset by that. I do really love the gold, and the browns were fine. I didn't use, I think, 2 shades in here. Can't really speak on this sort of apricot-y color. I'm gonna grab this lightest. This is called Yum Yum for my inner corner tear duct situation. Yeah, that kind of brightened it up a little bit. I really do like that gold. Sparkling Pineapple, that's where the name of the palette came from, I guess. Okay, what else can I tell you? The Do Me foundation, not as full coverage as I thought it would be. I'm actually okay with that because I'm not normally a full coverage kind of gal. I think when you get to be a lady of a certain age, you don't want anything that's going to look too mask-like, too cakey on your skin. So the fact that this is it says full coverage, but it also says Fresh Glow foundation, I thought it actually went on fine. I'm going to try it with a brush and with fingers and see if I like if the coverage changes versus with the damp sponge. This bronzer, I love this. I'm so glad I got this bronzer, got a chance to try it because I actually really do like it. The melted matte lipstick, I think it's just too dark for me. And once I layered it with a lighter color and a gloss, it worked out just fine, but initially it was just too dark. The jury's out on this Born This Way concealer. I want to like it more than I actually do. Now, I did use some of it under my eyes, and I normally don't use concealer in there, and it actually performed okay. When I reach for a concealer, I actually really wanted to cover up discoloration. I wanted to cover up the occasional blemish. This just doesn't do that for me. You guys have to tell me if you guys have a different opinion on any of these things. The setting spray was fine. Like, I don't feel like it was, you know, the spray was not too aggressive. I don't have a problem with that at all. Did I go through everything? My dupe for Better Than Sex mascara, this is the Voluminous Lash Paradise. I love this on my upper lashes, not so much on my lower lashes. All right, guys, there's my chit chat. Get ready with me playing with a full face of Too Faced makeup. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be filming in the next few days a big BH Cosmetics, which I think stands for Beverly Hills Cosmetics, haul. And I'm excited because I'm going to probably have like a full face and then some. So we'll talk about some of the products that I ordered. I did one of the BH Cosmetics palette recently, and I was actually really impressed for the price point with the quality of eyeshadow that I got. So I kind of went online and found a whole bunch of other stuff that I wanted to try. I'm going to try the line. We're going to try a full face of that here pretty soon, see how it goes. Are you guys at all interested in like maybe quarterly faves, like what products I've really been surprised with or really enjoying? Does that interest you guys at all? Leave me a comment down below. All right, you guys, if you are new here, my name is Shelly. I am not a makeup artist. I am a lady of a certain age who likes to play with makeup. You might call me a makeup enthusiast. This is just one of those channels where we try not to judge too harshly. We just play and see if products that we're spending our money on are actually going to work. Are we suckered into FOMO, that fear of missing out, and end up buying stuff? Or is something marketed to a different demographic and we got to see, is it going to actually work for us too? Does something that draws your eye, is it just, are we magpies and it's something interesting, or is it actually going to work out for us? So those are kind of questions we like to ask here on this channel, and if that interests you at all, I invite you to hit the subscribe button. Once you're done with that, if you're interested, hit the notification bell. That way you'll know when I post, usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. You guys are welcome to follow me over on Instagram at Shelly Tsunami. I am not affiliated, I'm not endorsed, I get nothing in PR. I love it when you guys tell me what things that you're buying, and sometimes it's surprised that we've bought the same things recently. I'm not going to ignore what's going out there with coronavirus and racial tensions and all the other things that are going out there. That's not what this channel is for. This channel is a channel to be creative, to explore, to take our mind off some of the other stuff that's going on right now because we're bombarded with it. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say I hope you guys are doing really well. I hope I got my lighting situation figured out here. I hope it's a little bit better than it was in some of the other videos. And with that, until my next video, bye for now.